Hey guys, Nolly Williams here, back at you again. And I'm super excited. I'm over the top excited because I've got my good friend, my main man, Sam Silver in the house, all the way from Santa Clarita, right? Sam, California. And here's the cool thing about Sam. Sam loves working with heroes. What he does, he donates part of his commission on every transaction back to heroes, not because he has to, but because he loves to. It's the passion of his heart. We're gonna hear from him about that. When I first met Sam, this is already a couple years ago. And actually many years ago we met. He came to an event that I held. He was in the audience. And then when I joined EXP, he was like, man, what are you doing now? So he said, so he's over here playing in the same sandbox. We're having a great time, actually having the time of our lives. He's selling houses. One of the solid things that you're going to love about Sam is that he doesn't just speak truth. He lives it. Every single day I see, oh, another one sold. Okay, Sam Silver. Last month he did 1 million in sales. Okay, he keeps putting them on the board and he leads by example. So thank you so much, Sam Silver, for your time today. How we doing, buddy?
We're doing awesome. It's a beautiful day in Santa Clarita. I'm in my wife's office. We got everything rolling. We got a clubhouse. Go ahead, Seth. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, one of the things, and this is a little different than how we normally do these, because the spotlight really is on you. And you're watching this on YouTube. Sam's got Clubhouse in the background. That's cool. But really, we want to know about Sam Silver because, and this is the thing, Sam. So many of our masters are like, how's he doing it? And I'm like, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to let him tell you. He's doing it. You just got a $3 million referral from one of our masters. And I thought that was cool. Just the whole idea of it being a referral is just cool in and of itself. And so the other master asked me, I said, well, we got a guy in Santa Clarita, Sam Silver. He said, but is he putting the numbers down? I said, hold on a minute. He did 1 million last month. Yeah. So it was, so I was like, yeah, I'm bragging on you. So, but yeah, I love that you're doing Clubhouse on the side because you live the social media life. So keep doing that. And you guys, we're just letting you know, we've got two audiences going at the same time because that's how Sam rolls. So, but all right. So the first thing I want to know, Sam, and I know that the viewers want to know as well, is tell us a little bit about Sam Silver, your background, anything you want to let us know about, how you were raised or your background and what got you into real estate.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. First of all, my name's Sam Silver. I'm born and raised in Southern California. I grew up in a city called North Hollywood, and I lived with my mom and my brother, single mom. And then she decided to get married. We moved into Simi Valley, which is Ventura County areas, but it made me who I am. It made me who I am. It made me stronger. It made me bold. It made me just focused and wanting to do better.
Yeah.
So we learn from our parents and we take what our parents teach us. And we always want to do better for our kids. We always want to do better. And I'm married 20 somewhat years now, going on March 4th, 2000 is our anniversary. So coming up on 21 years. So I feel very lucky and blessed to have found my wife. And unfortunately, this is not my first marriage. And the other one was very dysfunctional. And I don't regret anything in my life. It was dysfunctional, it happened, and I learned from it. I learned a lot about myself. I learned about what I didn't want. And me and my wife met online in a Jewish chat room. So our first date was at her condo, and I brought Yeshanoyim food. And we were conversing a little bit before then so we can build the connection and stuff. So it's all about communication and how you connect. And then we had a relationship for a little while. and she drove around in a cab with me because, when you drive a cab, you don't have a life. So in order for her to be with me, she had to be in the cab with me. So I took her around in the cab, and so we got to know each other. And about three months later, we got engaged.
Wow.
And so
that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Almost 21 years, we're together, and twins that are now 16 years old, and preemie twins. And that started my passion to give back to Heroes, because my babies were twins and they're preemies, and they were 211 and 215 when they were born.
Wow.
And each of them, you figure a rag doll. You see those Raggedy Ann dolls?
Yeah.
Each of them would fit in one of my hands. And 3 months in the NICU. And there were times in the NICU that they turned blue, and you never knew if they were going to make it out of there.
Yeah.
So my passion and purpose actually comes from the pain of seeing them in the NICU and hearing the sound of the noise of the medical equipment, and not knowing if they were going to make it home. Wow. So about 3 years ago, I really focused my attention in giving back to Heroes in the community, because it was just, I can never thank them enough for what they did.
Yeah.
There's no way I can thank them enough for saving my babies. I thank the people I started with Keller Williams.
Yeah.
And I think the people at Keller Williams and the team, and anything I needed, I spent all day, every day in the hospital. And thank God for real estate, because I had transactions going left and right. I had listings going. Suking Sal, and I have to thank her, because she was the bulldog in the office. She owned that office, and she was the bulldog. And she told me, every day you go see properties. You go see properties. If you don't go see those properties, don't come to my class. I don't want you in my class if you don't go see properties. If you don't go do what I told you to do, don't come. Yeah. So I thank her, Sue King, for her bulldog attitude. A little Chinese lady, amazing owner, amazing person, very direct personality, high D personality. No eye. She had no eye.
Yeah. Well,
so very opposite of me.
Yeah. Well, let's do this, because I love your story. I mean, and I think that those that are listening, most of this I've never heard personally, and you've been with me for several years. So I love your story. And I know we're probably about half of our time in, but that's good, because we want to know what makes you tick. And I've always known you're a family man. I knew that from the beginning, because you make it very clear in everything you do. I mean, look at your background right now. Is that phenomenal? Guys, you got to click on that QR code. That is dope. Can I say that from I'm 50 years old, I can say that. But so just to unpack this, because I want to make sure that we get, and we'll probably have you back again just to kind of hear more. But you talked about being a cab driver. You had preemie twins. A lot of people don't know this about me. I was a preemie. I was just over 4 pounds, quite a bit bigger than your babies were, and I was in an incubator for a month and all that. So, but I've gained a little weight, not much since then, not much, but yeah, it is an ordeal. I mean, parents go through a lot, and it's not cheap either to go that route. So, but here's the thing. You went from driving a cab to becoming a successful real estate agent. Now, and there's so many people, Sam, they're like maybe even the people listening right now, they're overwhelmed. What do I do first? How do I do this? I don't know what to do. Or they've been in the business for a while and they're just not getting success. You and I know, Sam, that 87% of real estate agents fail within their first 5 years in the business. That's National Association of Realtors. But we also know, here's one thing I know, all the agents that I've plugged in with Sam Silver, they're not failing, because Sam has figured it out. He knows, he's he's achieved success and he's doing what makes him successful. So how did you make that transition? I mean, here you are driving a cab, you're in the process of getting married, and you got married, you got kids. How did that transition happen? Like, what made you decide real estate?
Well, there's actually a few job transitions. So I suffer with ADD, and I know there's a lot of other agents that suffer with ADD.
Yeah.
And I don't. I mean, I drove a cab for a while. I drove cab for a couple of years. I worked as a mover in '94 when the earthquake happened. I worked as a mover. I did whatever I needed to do. I drove for a rabbi of mine that had a heart attack. I drove him. I worked for a company called Schwann's, and you know Schwann's. I'm sure you've had them in your neighborhood. Those big yellow trucks.
Yep. I
did that for about 2 years. I just keep chugging. I keep chugging. We all have good months. We all have bad months. I just keep chugging. I'm just listening. I'm doing I am statements. I'm writing things down. I'm listening to you. I'm listening to Artemis. I'm always out there. I don't want to listen to music. There's no reason for that because it doesn't get me where I want to go. I'm on Clubhouse. I started a group on Clubhouse, Newly Licensed Now What? And that group, I've only had it for about 4 or 5 days. We've had about 20 people in that audience. And I'd love to bring you into that group one day. And I actually put it on the calendar. I calendared it. And that's big for me, being ADD, being able to putting something down and saying, I am going to be here at this time.
Yeah.
And that's tough for me with a high I personality. So,
well, here's what's interesting too, Sam, is that, because, and we joke about it, ADHD, ADD, and I think a lot of people in our profession do suffer from this, but it's a real condition. I mean, it is a real thing. And when I say people suffer from it, they suffer from it, and it's no fun, but it makes up part of who you are. But yet, even being diagnosed with ADHD, now more ADD, going into it, and then not being able to hold a stable career job, whatever. But you got into real estate because it was years ago when you came to one of my Success with Listing seminars. It was years, probably in 2015 or 16 or something like that. And,
about 14 years ago. I actually have a
was
flyer.
It that long ago? Okay.
I was in my garage one day and I'm like,
don't date me now. Don't make me too old. But yeah, I'm 51. I'm 51. What can you say? But yeah, you found the flyer.
I found the flyer from you, and I'm a little pack rat, so I have lots of stuff in my garage. But I saw the flyer and I was thinking, all these people are talking about EXP. And what about CXP? And I looked at your flyer and I'm like, he really adds a lot of value to joining EXP, as well as experience and knowledge and caring and God-fearing and all those things that it was just like the light bulb went on. And it was like, if not now, when? And if I don't change what I'm doing, where am I going? Am I going to be in the same situation in the next 5 years? Yeah. So it's an epiphany. So you get to the point and you have an epiphany. And so it was like, I'm going to call Nolly and see what's up. And
I appreciate that. Yeah. And you were doing well where you were. I mean, you were doing fine. You're doing well. How long have you been here at Mentorship Masters here at EXP?
I think it's been at least maybe 2.5 years.
I think so, because when I joined, I've been here for 33 months, and I think you joined just a few months after I did, maybe 6 months in or 5 months into. So you've been here at least 2 years. What's been your experience? Because when you and I joined, I mean, I know when I joined there were 16,000 agents, and when you joined, there's probably maybe 20,000 or so. But now we're at 65,000, and people kept telling me, man, Nolly, that's not going to last. It's not going to go. You'll be on a cloud, an island. You'll be all by yourself. Nobody's going to help you. It's cloud based. It's all on the internet. Nobody, brick and mortar is going to be here forever. And just like they told us back when we got our AOL, because I remember when I got my AOL subscription, I mean, they were on top of the world, man. They were the Google of our day. People don't know about it, but that you say Google, we said AOL. What's up? I mean, it was every other commercial was America Online.
And they had the disc that you would get in the mail.
Yep. You got mail. I mean, they even had movies after it, dude. So I mean, it was it. And and we thought they would never go away, just like many people don't think that traditional real estate could ever change, but it really has changed. And I like your style, Sam, because you wrap your vehicles. You've got all the vehicle wrapping with all your you're on all kinds of news. I mean, I was Googling you the other day. You're on this TV station, that TV station, this radio station. You're out there, you're doing it, man. And a lot of people aren't. So what advice, talking about, the new agents, what advice, you hear my little timer that went off. What advice, we'll keep going because this is good. What advice would you give new agents that are just all over the place? They're scattered. They're like, man, I don't know if I should do this, should do that. What do you say, Sam?
I say, first of all, your first thing is leads. Mm-hmm. And leads, everyone's got a phone. First thing you want to do, if you've got an Apple phone, look at your Apple phone. And there's some people in the room. Look at your Apple phone. Now scroll down, go to your contacts. Scroll down to the bottom of that screen. Keep going. On mine, I think I have 7,000 people, and I'm going through that and fixing that up and make sure I delete ones that aren't there or ones that are just nothing. But you'll have, say you have 150 people. That's a great start. Now, take those people, make calls. Call them. If you haven't talked to them in years, talk to them. Call them. Hey, my name is such and such, and I'm so sorry I haven't talked to you in a while. I feel so bad that we haven't connected. I just want to connect. And don't say anything about real estate in that call. Don't you dare say anything about real estate in that first call if you haven't talked to them in a while, because they're going to think you're after something. So make that call, love on them, connect with them, write notes, make sure you put stuff on notes, make sure you keep good notes, put it in database or whatever, wherever you're going to look at it. Because if you have a database, if you don't use it, it's not even worth having it. So use your Google Docs, whatever you have. Anyways, then after you contact them, make sure you send them a thank you note, handwritten, for taking the time with you, because the most valuable thing people have is time in this world. And we've realized in the COVID that no one ever promises you tomorrow. No one ever promises you tomorrow. So that being said, make sure you send those thank you notes to them for taking the time with you. And then you could put a card in the thank you note if you want. And Nolly's my mentor. So Nolly, does that sound good?
That's right on, man. And what I love about you, Sam, is you just gave them an actionable plan that's easy to do. And it's something that you actually do, and it works. It's very, very simple. That's a great start. And the thing is, really, 70%, according to the National Association of Realtors, 70% of our leads are going to come from our sphere of influence. So just like you said, Sam, just pick up the phone. One of my favorite scripts of all time is, hello? That's a script. And then you just open your mouth and start a conversation. Hello, hey, how's it going? This is not, how you been? Just talk, if you don't know them, hey, I got you on my list here. I know we met somewhere. I'm trying to remember. Anyway, how's your day going? Just talk to them and get in that habit. Is that where most of your business is coming from, Sam?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I looked at my business. My last one was from high school. Yeah. Actually from junior high. Wow. And high school. And I went to a reunion. Make sure you guys go to your reunions if you can, because my 30-year reunion, I was a nerd in high school. I had no friends. I I played in the band, you name it. I was the nerd that you see on those shows, and people called me nerd. So, and my 30-year reunion, everyone's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe what you're doing about Heroes. I can't believe what you're doing for people in the community." Everyone was just so kind, so nice.
Yeah.
And I connected with a gentleman and his wife from high school, and they've been together since high school. And I met them there, and he said something about being a disabled vet and 100% disabled and prior police officer. We connected there, and after the event, I took a picture from Facebook, and it was a picture of my friend with some other friends from high school, and I sent him a card with that picture on it saying, "It's so nice to meet you. Thank you so much for taking the time. Thank you for your service. And please let me know if I could be of assistance." But it had, I'm sure it's on his mantle still, because it had a picture of him and some buddies that he hadn't seen for a while.
Yeah.
But that's an actionable item. I don't know if I would have gotten that listed. I got the shivers. I have no idea if that had anything to do with the fact I got that listing.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a friend for life. So
yeah,
thinking
that's
different.
phenomenal.
Thinking
That's
different.
phenomenal.
And I just got a great testimonial from him.
That's
and
phenomenal.
I love them. And they're just awesome.
So speaking of AOL, I've got Google Fiber here. Why? Because I'm on 1,000 MBS and they're upgrading me to 2,000. Thank you very much.
Nice.
Yeah. So no more of the the
No more glitching.
stinking 1,000. Yeah. Anyway, so we'll so he's here ready to do this, and he's going to take me off the internet. So I let me finish this. But Sam's on Clubhouse. I might as well have some fun over here. So
there you go.
But I love what you're doing, Sam. And I want to reflect back on the Heroes, because I want you to spend some time talking about that. And then, guys, right now we've got Sam's phone number, his you can text him, you can call him right there on the bottom. And also his website's there as well. So click on that. Those of you watching this on YouTube, get a hold of Sam, because this is the kind of guy that you want to have in your corner. If you're looking to build your organization, build your team, you're looking for a great home, a place to hang your license where you're going to get all the success tips that you need, look no further than Sam Silver, because you're already going, when you get Sam, you already get me, right? So don't reach out to me, reach out to Sam, because you get me when you get him. You get both, but the cool thing about you too, Sam, one of the cool things is this whole Heroes thing. And this has been a passion. It's you wrap it on your vehicle, what you're doing for the Heroes. Talk about your Heroes program and what that means to you.
Oh my gosh.
We don't have enough time, do we? Yeah.
We don't have enough time. But let me let you know that it's one of those things that when I wasn't looking for it, God reached out and connected me with Pat Harvey, and in a airport coming back from Vegas, the year anniversary not anniversary, commemoration of Route 91. Was it 91? Yeah, Route 91. I met Pat Harvey in an airport, and she was sitting there with her producer, and they produce, it's called Veterans Voices on Channel 2 and Channel 9. So I was talking to them, and they had, the Super Bowl was coming up, and there was a lot going on before that we can connect. And I connected with a producer. And if my wife didn't see Pat Harvey in the airport, I wouldn't have noticed her. But my wife pointed her out. And we both have someone in our family that has special needs. My daughter has autism, and Pat's, I think it's her sister, has special needs. So we met her a long time ago at CBS Studios. There was a thing for special needs resources. So we met her. We already connected with her. She already know who we were. So it wasn't like a stalker. So my wife went and talked to her, and we were talking about the Hero program with her. And the producer, Pat, says, "You need to know him." And I'm like, "Who's this guy?" "Well, he's a producer. He does veterans voices on CBS and Channel 9 News." Oh my God. I said, "Really? God?" Out of all the times, I got shivers, out of all the times to be in the airport, and I mean, it was very serendipitous. It was just an amazing opportunity. So I was, about 6 months later, he connected with me. He came to my last office. He did the video, he did the pictures, he did all these things for Veterans Voices. And on my birthday, a couple of years ago, it came out on my birthday on TV, about Veterans Voices, about the Hero program, and about a group I belong to in Santa Clarita called the Veteran Collaborative, which we find veterans resources in our community and make sure we help them with whatever they need. So that was just one of the most incredible opportunities. And like I said, God reached out when, what do they say? When the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
That's right.
And that was just amazing. And since then I helped a Iraqi veteran that was locked down he shouldn't have been here, because he was in the dirt, and if it wasn't for the storms in the desert, he was covered. They had camouflage from the storm, so he shouldn't have been here. But I helped him get his first house with his family. The last gentleman and his wife, I helped them sell their house. It was a probate issue. Fortunately, it went really, really smooth, and I got a testimonial on all my channels on that. A teacher. The first person I helped was a teacher. Was a Vietnam veteran, and they were going to lose their house. And it was hard. The people were part of the community, the special needs community, and I made sure that he didn't lose his house. I made sure that it makes me emotional. I made sure that he had to pay taxes on it, and they thought they were going to lose the house on the taxes. And because I was able to get them $20,000 in their pocket, they were able to get on with their life. One of them had special needs. The other one had dementia. So that whole sale was a tough sale, because I had to think about the dad and his dementia, and I had to think about the daughter had Prayer Willie, was a special needs thing. But that came from a referral from a special needs community, and I was talking to somebody on the bus. So don't be a secret agent. Talk to everybody. You never know who's going to come out and want your help. And we are not a commodity.
Yeah.
And I want to let any of the new agents know in this room, we are not a commodity. We are essential. We are needed. And don't let those big box stores, real estate company, or not even real estate companies, fintech companies, don't let them dissuade you or persuade you not to do what your passion is. Go help people. Absolutely. That's what we do. We go help people every day of our lives, and we change lives. And that's what it's all about.
I love it, Sam.
Sorry about the
No, no, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, it's. I love that you told your story. I love that you shared a little bit about your passion, your niche, the way you're helping people. You're going after your sphere of influence, your background, your past, how you met your wife. We've learned so much about you. And here's the thing, Sam. We're going to do it again. I'm going to do it again. I promise. You invite me to your room. We'll have fun. We'll train your people. This is what we love to do, man. I mean, we could be on here for 2 or 3 hours if I didn't have the guy right outside my door, like, hey, I got to get to work. But we love you, man. And guys, listen, again, I'm going to say it again. Don't look any further than Sam Silver. If you're trying to launch your career or you're already successful and you've been thinking about joining EXP, getting with a great family, Sam Silver is your man. We're going to pop his phone number down below. His website's down there as well. And then, of course, you got the QR code right in front of you. You can zap that. Hey, we love you, Sam, and we'll be talking to you again soon, buddy.
Thank you.